Hello, everyone. Today's training session topic is manual payment via payment form. In this session, you will learn how to use the payment form for making payments manually. The manual payment form provides different options. You can make check payments, card payments, and other types of payments except cash payments. In the manual payment option, you can make payments against open invoices, orders, or journals, or you can make a payment directly to the business partner without any reference. There is no mandatory requirement for invoice or order references. You can proceed either way. This feature provides flexibility, allowing users to handle payments through different payment methods. Except for cash, all other payment methods are handled through the manual payment option. Training objectives. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the purpose of manual payment in the Onfinity system, how to make payments against invoices or directly to business partners without any references, how to handle receipts or payments through payment methods other than cash, such as checks or online transfers. In manual payment, you can choose whether to make payments with or without references to invoices or orders. For example, you can make or receive payments against an invoice or order schedule, or you can make a payment directly to a vendor or customer without linking any invoice, order, or GL reference. Payment methods. In manual payment, you can use payment methods such as check-in, online transfer, credit card, MasterCard. All payment methods other than cash can be used for manual payments. If you wish to use cash, that option is already available in the payment form. You can apply payments or receipts to invoices, orders, GL journal entries, or directly to customers/vendors without any references. For example, if you receive money from a customer without any invoice reference, you can record it through manual payment. If you make a payment to a vendor without any invoice, order, or GL reference, you can use this option as well. Prerequisites. Before using the manual payment option in the payment form, ensure the following prerequisites are met. First, valid bank account. The bank account from which payment is made or received must exist in the Onfinity system. Second, customer/vendor master data. The customer or vendor should exist, and there should be open invoices, orders, or GL journals if the payment is reference-based. Third, conversion rates. If payments are made in multiple currencies, valid conversion rates should be maintained. Fourth, user permissions. The user role should have access to the payment form. Otherwise, the form cannot be opened or used. Overview of manual payment. The manual payment option allows users to record payments or receipts flexibly, with or without invoice, order, or GL references. It supports various payment scenarios efficiently, enabling users to manage check payments, online transfers, and card payments seamlessly. In the Onfinity system, manual payments are recorded through the payment form, which supports multiple use cases, such as independent payments, direct payments to vendors or receipts from customers without any invoice or order references. Now, let's log into the Onfinity system and see how to record an independent payment. First, I will demonstrate how to make an independent payment. For example, paying directly to a vendor or receiving payment directly from a customer without any open invoices or schedules. So, let's log in to the Onfinity system using the credentials. Now, let's move ahead with the demonstration. First, search for the payment form in the system. This is our payment form. In this example, we'll make a payment directly to a customer or vendor without any references to invoices, schedules, or GL lines. To do this, click on the manual payment option available on the form. Once you open it, you'll see some mandatory fields that need to be filled in. Mandatory fields. First, organization. Select the organization from which the payment will be made. For example, I'll show how to make a payment to a vendor. For vendor payments, select the AP payment document type. 2. Bank. Select the bank from which you want to make the payment. 3. Bank account. Choose the corresponding bank account. 4. Transaction date. Enter the date on which the payment is made. 5. Business partner. Since we're making a payment to a vendor, select the appropriate business partner here. 6th, currency and currency type. The system automatically picks the currency. The currency type, spot, is important when your bank account and payment currency differ, as conversion rates are applied in that case. 7. Charge, optional. If the payment is related to any charge, you can select it here. 8. Payment method. Choose how you want to make the payment, e.g., check, Visa, MasterCard, direct debit, or online transfer. For example, let's select MasterCard. Enter the payment amount and click OK to create the payment. Verifying the payment. Once the payment is created, it will appear on the AP payment screen. You can verify. The selected bank account, the business partner, the amount, and the currency used. This payment is independent. It was not made against any invoice. Hence, there is no view allocation document created. This is known as an unallocated, independent payment. Creating receipts, customer payments. Similarly, you can receive money from a customer without any references. Select the organization. Choose the document type as AR receipt. Select the bank, bank account, and transaction date. Choose the customer from whom the payment is received. Select the payment method and enter the amount. Click OK to create the receipt. If you don't wish to proceed, you can cancel the transaction before saving. Once the receipt is created, open the AR receipt screen to verify the record. You can see the customer name, amount received, and the document in completed status. Since this was an independent payment, there will be no allocation created. Business scenario, invoice settlement. Next, let's look at how to make payments against open invoices using the manual payment option. Here, we'll allocate the payment directly to an invoice using a payment method other than cash or check. Go to the payment form. Select the open invoice against which the payment needs to be made. Click on the manual payment option. The document type will be AR receipt because this is a customer invoice. Select the bank, bank account, payment method, and currency type. The payment amount will automatically match the invoice schedule amount. Note that partial payments cannot be made using manual payment in this case. It applies only to the full invoice amount. Click OK to create the payment. Once the document is created, verify it on the receipt screen. You'll see that the payment has been made against the selected invoice schedule. The allocation document will also be automatically generated. Open the allocation screen to verify. The document number, the payment amount, and the linked invoice schedule. The invoice will now be marked as paid. Business scenario, vendor payments, payables. Similarly, you can make vendor payments, payables, against open invoices. After selecting the schedule, click on Manual Payment. Choose the bank, bank account, and payment method, then click OK. The payment will be created and can be verified on the AP payment screen. This record will also have an allocation linked to the invoice schedule, showing the invoice as paid. Business scenario, advance deposits, order-based payments. Now, let's discuss advance or deposit payments. Payments made against open orders. You can filter records based on transaction type equals order. After selecting the order, click on Manual Payment, choose the bank account, payment method, and click OK. The payment will be created and visible on the AP payment screen. You can verify the reference of the order and the amount, for example, 400. Since no invoice has been created yet, there will be no allocation document, as the payment is linked directly to the order schedule. The same process applies for receivables, customer side. Business scenario, GL Journal settlements. Lastly, we have GL Journal settlements. You can also make payments against GL Journal entries using the manual payment option. After selecting the GL Journal line, click on the manual payment option. Next, select the organization from which you want to make the payment. Choose the document type as AP payment, then select the bank, bank account, and payment method. After filling in the required details, click OK. The system will create a payment against the selected GL Journal line. Once the payment is created, you can verify it on the AP payment screen. You'll find the record listed there. Since this payment was made against a GL Journal, it doesn't have any invoice or order reference. The allocation document is generated, but it doesn't contain any invoice or schedule references, as no invoices exist in this case. You can view the allocation document, for example, allocation number 78, where the system links the payment and the GL journal line. Here, you can verify the GL journal reference and the payment amount. This demonstrates how to use the manual payment option for making payments against GL journal lines. In the same way, users can create payments against receivable GL journals as well. Multicurrency payments. Now let's move to the multicurrency scenario. In this case, payments or receipts can be made in different currencies. For example, you can make a payment to a customer in a foreign currency, such as euro, even if your bank account is in Indian rupees. Let's see how to handle this. Select the organization and document type. 2. Choose the bank and bank account. 3. Enter the transaction date. 4. Select the business partner to whom the payment will be made. 5. Choose the currency in which you're making the payment, e.g., EUR. 6. Select the currency type, e.g., spot. 7. Choose the payment method, check, transfer, etc. 8. Enter the amount in the selected currency. For example, if the bank account is in INR and the payment is being made in EUR, the system will require a valid conversion rate. If the conversion rate is missing, the system will display an error message when you try to complete the transaction. To resolve this, open the currency conversion screen. Select the currency pair, e.g., EUR arrow INR. Enter the conversion rate and define the valid date range. Save the record. After entering the conversion rate, go back to the payment form and complete the transaction. Now, the payment will complete successfully, and the conversion impact will reflect in the corresponding bank account. This is how multi-currency transactions are managed in the manual payment process. Multiple allocations. Next, let's discuss multiple allocations, where a single payment can be applied to multiple schedules or invoices. Using the manual payment form, you can select multiple order schedules or invoice schedules for payment. Let's see an example using invoices. 1. Select the Invoice tab in the payment form. 2. Choose multiple invoice schedules. These can belong to the same business partner or different partners. 3. Click on the manual payment option. 4th, select the bank, bank account, payment method, and currency type. 5th, click OK to proceed. The payment is created against multiple invoices. This is the document number that has been generated. To verify that this payment is created against multiple invoices, notice that the invoice field here is blank, and the total amount of all those invoices is displayed in the amount field. To check the related invoices, go to View Allocation Document. The allocation document number 79 is created against those multiple invoices with the corresponding total amount. This is how a single receipt can be created against multiple invoices using the manual payment option in the payment form. Similarly, users can use the payment form for payables, where they can select multiple invoices or multiple orders for the same or different business partners. If invoices, orders, belong to different business partners, separate payment documents will be created for each business partner accordingly. These are all the business scenarios covered under manual payments in the payment form. Thank you.